Hello and welcome to a very special show of Gadgets and Gizmos. And why do we say this is a special one? Because guys, the new iPhones are here. Apple at their launch event unveiled the much awaited next generation iPhone. And there were two of them. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the highlights from this Apple event first. Well, it seems Apple still got it. Consumer tech giant on Tuesday finally unveiled the new iPhone, or iPhones, which will come in two new bigger screen sizes. The iPhone 6 bumps up to the rumored 4.7 inches, while the 6 Plus will have a walloping 5.5 inch screen. Additionally, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus will scale down only 6.8mm and 7.1mm in thinness.
So that is the new iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus.
Apple is taking advantage of the larger screen by offering a horizontal view of the home screen as opposed to the standard vertical view. The iPhone 6 line will also include a new Apple chipset, the A8 processor, which according to Apple is 25% faster than the A7 chip on the iPhone 5S, with a 50% boost in graphic performance as well.
A new generation chip, the Apple A8. This is a 64-bit chip, our second generation. It has 2 billion transistors. The A7 had 1 billion, so it's a lot more.
Will the iPhone 6 have a better battery life? Based on what Apple presented, it would appear that the battery is more or less on par with the iPhone 5S. But hey, that's still 24 hours of talk time on 3G.
iPhone 6, 50 hours of audio playback, 11 hours of video watching, 11 hours Wi-Fi browsing, 10 hours LTE and 3G browsing. The iPhone 6 Plus, 80 hours of music listening, 14 hours of HD video playback, 12 hours Wi-Fi browsing, LTE browsing, 3G browsing. Really great battery life.
The iPhone 6 cameras are still 8 megapixels, but these are a bunch of upgrades throughout. The camera can now record 1080p videos at up to 60 frames per second, and both phones can now take slow motion videos at up to 240 frames per second. And also they've got a new image processor on it.
It's an 8 megapixel iSight camera. It has Apple's innovative True Tone flash. There's large 1.5 micron pixels. Has a fast 2.2 aperture, but most importantly, there's a new generation iSight sensor in it.
The iPhone 6 on a 2-year contract is priced at Rs $199 for the 16GB, $299 for the 64GB, and $399 for the 128GB variant, while the iPhone 6 Plus on a 2-year contract is priced at $299 for the 16GB, $399 for 64GB, and $499 for 128GB. However, the unlocked variants will definitely cost a bomb. The unlocked iPhone 6 will have a starting price tag of $649, while the iPhone 6 Plus will have a starting price tag of $749.
But we're not quite finished yet. We have one more thing.
Along with iPhones, Apple unveiled its much rumored smartwatch, marking its first major entry into a new product category since the iPad's debut in 2010. Yes, the iWatch is real, and it's called the Apple Watch. The new wearable will be available in 2 sizes and will only work and pair with an iPhone. It will allow users to answer calls, check the weather, look up directions, and tell the time. It is also outfitted with a variety of sensors that can track the user's heart rate and monitor our motions.
Apple Watch, the most personal device we've ever created. It will redefine what people expect from a watch.
Apple's mega launch event was not just about gadgets though. It was also about the softwares powering those gadgets. Both the iPhones will run on Apple's new iOS 8 software, which showcases tons of great new features such as interactive notifications, a quick type keyboard, third-party keyboard support, and enhancements across many iOS inbuilt apps. Apple also introduced the much-rumored Apple Pay, an entirely new payment process which could replace your physical credit card. The new iPhones sure are exciting, but Apple Watch is what is to look out for, and it will be coming in early 2015.
Of course, whenever Apple launches its new phones, there is a huge line of Apple fanboys and fangirls queuing up to grab one for themselves. So how well received were the new iPhones from Apple's stable? Let's take a look.
Apple iPhone 6 and 6 Plus are here and they are gorgeous. They are slim, sport super fast A8 processors, and of course they have bigger displays. The age of 3.5-inch screen is over at Apple. Even they have adopted the popular phablet form factor that people just love. So what do they think about the new iPhones? Let's have a look.
I'm like one of those Apple fanatics where anything they sell I could buy. I mean, it's as simple as that. If Adam and Eve could fall for it, why couldn't I? And like all other phones, the Apple is never disappointed.
iPhone 6 is really good. It's compact and the screen size is bigger, so that should appeal to lots of Apple fans who wanted a bigger screen size in their phones, but were not getting it.
I think it's pretty cool. The resolution is bigger, the camera is better, and it looks even better than the iPhone 5C and 5S. But I think the only problem with it could be the pricing that it would come with in India.
Certainly, I think most of the good phones are priced at that right now, and anybody who bought an iPhone 5S when it was launched, it was beyond 50,000 rupees. So I don't think another 7,000 rupees extra for the latest technology, which looks classy, which looks flawless, I don't think that should be a problem.
I was just sharing with him that just few days back I got a 5S and now 6 has been launched. It's just that I could have waited for a few more days and could have bought another one.
I bought this phone, which is an iPhone 4S, when it was launched. The second day it was launched. It cost me around 46,000 rupees. I bought it just because iPhone is from Apple and the things we get out, everything is packed inside this. What it misses out is basically I like to doodle, and I can't doodle on iPhone. So what I did, I doodled on the behind. This is what I made, and this was made. I made it on the computer and had it done for my iPhone cover. I wanted to do this on the phone, which is not possible, and I think in iPhone 6 and iPhone 6s it's also not possible. So that's one feature which is missing out, and I would love to have it on my phone.
Love it or hate it, iPhone is undoubtedly the most desirable phone in the market. And the saying is true in a way that if you don't have an iPhone, you don't have an iPhone.
And that's not it. Apple really knows how to make a buzz on social networks. And they trended, and how. Sahil Maniktala joins us with some really interesting reactions on social media over the launch of the new iPhones.
Yes, Siddharth, Apple's mega launch event has taken the internet by storm. We've got all sorts of reactions. Some were full of cynicism, some were full of genuine excitement, and some were, well, they didn't really care because, they had better things to do that day. But let's start off with some of the more nicer comments. This one is from Lauren Reeves. She says, I'm glad the iPhone finally came out with a plus size model. In fact, this was the one thing that a lot of people are excited about the iPhone Plus 6, bigger size. It comes at 5.5 inches. And you know what? A lot of the people who've had the iPhone 5S or the iPhone 5, they only had the 4-inch display size. But with this now, they're getting that extra option. So for those Apple loyalists who've always wanted a bigger screen, this is really, really great news. Another positive comment coming from Adam Hess1, who says the product is amazing and Apple is perfect, and he actually hails the price. So he's actually quite happy with the Apple's launch event. But now let me show you guys the slightly more funnier comments, the more funnier side of social media. If we just take a look at this chap over here, I think he's called eBay Gumtree. He's from Scotland. Don't hold that against him. But he's basically taken the meaning of the iPhone quite literally. He's stuck a phone to his eye, as you can see. And he's also put a comment that says, does the iPhone 6 come hand-free? So, you get all these funny responses from the internet, so it's good to see that as well. And there's a lot more such reactions and comments from anyone who's watched the Apple event. We've got one from Technically Ron. Will it make my father proud of me? What's better to use when washing clothes, bold or Arial? And this one I really like in particular. If I stare really hard at it, will it make him call? So the social media is full of such hilarious comments. But now let's move on to the not so nice comments where people didn't really appreciate what Apple had to offer. If we look over here. Okay, so the very first comment we can see here, it says, where is the innovation Apple? In fact, Apple over the years has been blamed for not thinking out of the box, for not coming out with anything really innovative, anything new. And that's why this Apple launch event was so important. It was so important to redefine Apple as a major tech company. But of course, going by that reaction, a lot of people didn't think that they've achieved that as of yet. And some more comments, as you can see, if I scroll down, you have from World News Network, Apple needs to rethink its prices if it wants to sustain the competitive market. This is actually a very good point because it's in India, the price of the new iPhones is expected to be, it could easily go up till 60,000 rupees. Now, can the consumer actually afford that? Is it worth it? I mean, you have phones now, you've got companies like Xiaomi and Xiaomi coming out with much cheaper phones and offering similar specs. But so is there a point of buying such expensive phones? So these are the questions that a lot of the Apple loyalists and a lot of consumers in general want to find out. And then there's another negative comment here from Arjun Srivastava, who says, I agree, I was disappointed with the new release. So opinions are very divided over the internet, over the social media. And you know what? Only time will tell if the iPhone 6 or the iPhone 6 Plus will actually take off or if they'll actually live up to the expectations. But one thing is for certain. Whether you hate Apple or whether you love it, this company knows how to create a stir on social media. No one does it better than Apple.
Every year, September is a big month for Apple. Not just because of the new product launches, but also in terms of sales revenue that Apple generates. And something similar is expected after the launch of these new phones as well. So let's see, what are the new phones priced at, when will they come to India, and how much money Apple will mint in the opening weekend.
iPhones are not cheap. They are exorbitantly priced, and some say they are worth every penny. But a penny won't buy you the new iPhone 6 or the iPhone 6 Plus. So how much do they cost? Apple gave out the prices of the new iPhones on contract at their keynote in Cupertino, California. The iPhone 6 on contract will cost you $199 for the 16GB variant, $299 for the 64GB variant, and $399 for the 128GB variant. While with a contract, you can get your hands on the iPhone 6 Plus at $299 for the 16GB variant, $399 for the 64GB variant, and $499 for the 128GB variant. The iPhone 6 unlocked versions are also priced quite neatly. The prices start from $649, that boils down to approximately $39,500 for the iPhone 6 16GB variant, $749, which is approximately $45,500 for the iPhone 6 64GB, and $849, that is 51,700 rupees for the 120GB version of the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 Plus unlocked version price start from $749 for the 16GB variant, $849 for the 64GB version, and $949 for the 120GB version of the iPhone 6 Plus. These are exceptionally tempting prices, but when they will launch in India, iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus would be at least 10,000 rupees higher considering the taxes. The new iPhones will be launched on October the 17th in India, and the fanboys are really liking this.
And with that, it's time for us to take a very small break on this iPhone special of the Gadgets and Gizmos show. But you guys don't go anywhere because Apple had one more thing apart from the new iPhones.